At dinner, my grandmother said to me, "How was the trip I gave you as a gift?" I looked at her confused. "What trip?" I didn't receive anything. My grandmother's face darkened as she turned to my parents. "The $15,000 graduation trip to Europe I sent for Diego 3 months ago." The silence was deafening. My mom started fidgeting with her new designer purse, the one that mysteriously appeared last month along with matching shoes. My dad's gold chain suddenly felt heavier around his neck, and I noticed his expensive watch for the first time. We thought it would be better if," my mom stammered, her newly done nails tapping nervously on the table. "If what?" Grandma's voice cut like ice. "If you stole from your own son?" That's when it all clicked. The sudden shopping sprees every weekend. My sister's new iPhone, iPad, and MacBook. The family vacation to Cancun that I wasn't invited to. The kitchen renovation. Dad's new motorcycle sitting in our driveway. They'd stolen my graduation gift and spent it on themselves like it was Christmas morning. My sister Estanya, who never worked a day in her life, was wearing earrings that cost more than my monthly gas station salary. Diamond studs that sparkled under the restaurant lights. She couldn't even look up from her plate, too busy admiring her fresh manicure. "You gave them everything their entire lives," I said quietly, my voice shaking with years of suppressed anger. "And they took the one thing meant for me, the one thing I actually earned." Grandma stood up, her chair scraping against the floor loud enough to make nearby diners turn. "20 years I've watched you favor Estanya over Diego like he's invisible. I sent that money specifically for him, with a letter explaining every detail of the trip I planned." My mom's face went white as paper. "We never got a letter, I swear, because you threw it away after cashing the check that had his name on it." The restaurant felt silent despite other diners around us. Even the waiters seemed to sense the drama unfolding at our table. I couldn't hold back anymore. "This explains everything. Why you suddenly had money for mom's Botox appointments and weekly spa days. Why dad bought that Harley Davidson he's been wanting for years. Why Estanya got her nose job and started posting Instagram photos from 5-star hotels every single week." My grandmother's eyes widened with each revelation. "Nose job? Instagram photos? Show me." I pulled out my phone and showed her Estanya's recent posts. Poolside shots at luxury resorts in Miami. Designer shopping hauls from Rodeo Drive. First-class plane seats with champagne glasses. Expensive restaurant meals that cost more than I made in a week. All time-stamped from the past 3 months, right after my graduation. "I've been working 70-hour weeks at the gas station just to afford my rent and groceries," I continued, my voice getting stronger. "Eating ramen noodles for dinner while watching them feast like royalty. I thought maybe you'd forgotten about my graduation, or maybe you were disappointed in me. But this whole time they were living off money meant for me." Grandma scrolled through the photos, her face getting redder with each swipe. "This hotel cost $800 a night. I know because I stayed there last year. And this restaurant? Their appetizers start at $50. My dad tried to interrupt, loosening his collar nervously. "Mom, if you'd just let us explain the situation." "Explain what, Nelson? How you forged my grandson's signature on bank documents? How you intercepted mail addressed specifically to him? How you've been lying to my face for months while spending his money?" She reached into her purse and pulled out a thick envelope with legal documents. I brought copies of everything. The bank transfer with Diego's name, the hotel reservations in his name, the flight confirmations, the detailed itinerary I spent weeks planning for his graduation gift. My mom started crying, but not the sorry kind of crying. The angry, caught kind where she knew her game was over. "You always liked him more than Estanya anyway, ever since they were kids, because he works for everything he has." Grandma slammed the envelope on the table, making the wine glasses shake. "While you've raised a spoiled princess who thinks the world owes her everything just for existing." Estanya finally spoke up, her voice shaky and small. "I didn't know it was Diego's money. I swear I thought it was just family money." "Bullshit," I said, surprising myself with how calm and controlled I sounded. "You knew exactly what you were doing when you posted those photos and tagged them living my best life while I was pulling double shifts and sleeping 4 hours a night." Other diners were definitely staring now, but I didn't care anymore. Years of being invisible in my own family was finally coming to an end. Grandma opened her purse and pulled out her phone with steady hands. "I'm calling my lawyer tomorrow morning. Every penny gets repaid within 30 days, or I'm pressing charges for theft and fraud." My parents started begging, their voices overlapping in desperate pleas, but she was already walking away toward the exit. As she hugged me goodbye in the parking lot, she whispered, "Pack your bags tonight. You're coming to live with me and finishing that master's degree you wanted. I'm also buying you that Europe trip again, and this time, you're actually going." The next morning, they found out Grandma had already frozen their access to all her accounts. The repo man showed up for Dad's motorcycle by noon, and the bank called about their overdue credit card payments by evening.